Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the breast cancer awareness poncho that we started yesterday. If you haven't started yet, click on that video that I uploaded and get started. But this is where you should be when part 2 begins. This is 30 rounds. Okay, we agreed on 30 rounds and this is what it looks like. This is one size fits most. If you want anything bigger than this, then you just increase the rows, or instead of chaining 72 at the beginning, you want to chain 84 if you want like an XXXL. All right, so this is where you are. You can wear it this way or turn it around and wear it this way, right? So what we're going to be working on now is putting on the fringes. Part 2 is all about the fringes and how well you can make it look. So we're going to be working on that. I'm going to turn that around so we can get started on how to work on the fringes. Now, I did use all 12 skeins of my yarn, which is the 109, the one I indicated yesterday that I bought at the dollar store. But you can use any other pink yarn from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, wherever you buy your yarn, or if you have specialty dyed yarns like from, you know, the wool farms. I believe I used 1,270 yards, a little bit there. So we're going to need a little bit more for the fringes, and then we will work on part 3 on the collar or the neck. All right, so stay with me and I'm going to turn this around so we can start working on the fringes, okay? Thank you. Okay, so to get started, we are going to be working in the V stitches as well as the chain 3 spaces. You should have finished your 30th round in the V stitch and the chain 3 round, which is your second round, round 3 from the beginning, okay? This is a 2-row repeat, so your row 2 and 3 is what you should be finished on the 3. So that would give you the V stitch with the 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then this here would be your chain 3 space. That's where we're going to be putting in the fringes. And I took the liberty of cutting a few fringes to get started with. Your fringe will be 16 inches long, and we're going to be using 6 strands. Okay, let's see, I have 6, I believe, so 2, 4, and 6 strands, and this will be 16 inches long. Let's see if I can move this up so we can measure this. Let's move these to there, sorry. All right, so this here is about 16 inches long, so you want to cut your fringes to 16 inches long. From there to there, it stretches a bit, so if you get your yarn stretched, so you should have basically 16 inches from there to there, and you want 6 strands of each. And to be able to secure it in a way that allows it not to unravel when you do your laundry, we want to go ahead and not just loop it around, but make a knot. And so you can trim some of it later, but you want to make sure at least all of this is even before you start. And then what we're going to do is take this, all 6 strands, and you're going to get your hook, put it through. This is the chain 2 space of your V-stitch. Pull all 6 through, or just go through if you don't need to use the hook, but this allows you to go through easily. And then you're going to make sure this is even here, just like that. And what we're going to do is make a knot, basically, just make a knot like that, as close to the V-stitch as possible, just like that, and make sure it's tight and taut. So you want to make a knot just like that, okay? And then we're going to get another set, and we're going to put it in the chain 3 space. So get that and pull this through. Just like that. And then go ahead and make a knot again. The reason I'm using 6 strands is to give it that big buff frill. And once everything is put together, it's going to look beautiful. So we're putting a knot. This allows it not to unravel when you do your laundry. And so you're going to continue this for the rest of the poncho. And so let's keep working through this and see how far we go. I'm going to work at least halfway through, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I put it on. And so this works really fast because we are making knots, and this allows you to secure it. Later on, if you have the edges not straight, which is basically this piece here, you can trim off this piece, this portion here, right there, the edges, to make them even. I wouldn't bother. It gives it that uneven look, almost a ragged look, and adds character to it. But as you can see, you're putting it in each one of those spaces for the row. You don't have to do anything fancy. Just go through your V-stitches, your chain 3 space, your V-stitches, your chain 3 space for the rest of the poncho, and this will allow you to complete the fringes in a shorter period of time. Otherwise, if you put any less, it's going to take so long. I like these big and thick fringes. It adds character to your poncho, and this will give it that beautiful thick look. So let's keep working, and I will show you what half of it looks like, okay? Keep working with me. One of the things I like doing is making sure that I cut enough of the fringes and put them all on the table, and this allows me to work faster. So go ahead and make a generous amount. And one of the things you can do also is count how many of these loops you already have that you're gonna work with, how many spaces you need to put the fringes in, and then just cut enough to fit the number of loops you're gonna need to work with. And that helps you move faster, because putting fringes is one of the most tedious parts of a poncho. So go ahead and do that, and let's keep working. And this is going to build up really fast. I've already put that much, and it's looking really beautiful. So let's keep working on this, and I'll share with you here in a little while how far I have gone. Okay, we are halfway through the project. Let's keep working on this. It shouldn't take too long. It looks like putting a bigger fringe works much faster. Plus, the gaps in between are relatively wide, and so you're not really putting one in each, and so this builds much faster, as you can see. The more we put, the faster we work. So the distance is between one fringe to the other is relatively wide, and so that allows for you to work much faster. So this is looking really beautiful, really, really nice. So halfway through, let's keep working through. I'm hoping you're working along with me, and I'd like to see your finished product when all is said and done. Share with me on my social media. My social media links are in the description box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. Welcome, welcome. Please click that, hit that subscribe button, and go through the different tutorials that I have available. Learn something new if you're new. If you're a seasoned crocheter, there's probably something I have there that you would like to make. Go ahead and take a look. Thank you for my seasoned subscribers. Thank you for working along with me, and I'm really, really eager to see what you guys project looks like when we're done. Like I said in in part 1. Breast cancer month is coming up in October, and I'm hoping that we have ample time to get a lot of people to work on this particular poncho. Let's share it and make it a campaign in support of breast cancer survivors and those who still are suffering from the same ailments. And let's cheer them on by working on this breast cancer poncho and sharing it along. So when yours is complete, please post it on my Facebook fan page, share on your Instagram, tag me African Crab, and I'll be happy to share it on all of my social media as well. So let's keep working and let's finish this today, and then we'll share our finished product. Okay, let's keep working. So 1/2 of it is complete, and as you can see, it looks really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this, and go ahead and finish yours as well. And then I will meet you at the end of it so we can see how it drapes with all the fringes completed, okay? Let's keep working at this, and then we will take a look at the completed poncho. Whether or not you want to add the neck portion is going to be up to you, but my next video is going to be about the neck portion and how we can embellish it to make it look unique. In the meantime, this one is for the fringe, and let's go ahead and work and finish this fringe, okay? You can make it shorter or longer, it doesn't matter, because we were cutting 16 inches. Once you have attached it to the poncho, it folds into half, and this here, let's see, I'm going to measure it for you and tell you exactly how long that is. If I can find my measuring tape. Let's see, where did I put it? There we are. Let's see how long that is. I believe once it's put together, you should have about, 6.5 inches, which is a generous amount. Now you can make it longer, of course, and let it drape really unique and make it 16 inches long. I think that would just make the whole poncho way too bulky. So let's work it 16 inches and end up with about 6 or 6.5 or even 7 if you pull this long enough to make sure it's tight and taut. You should have about 7 inches of draping fringe, okay? Let's keep working. I ran out, so I'm cutting a little bit more fringe to add, but we're just about the tail end of all of this project. All right, we got 10 more to go, and then we will be done with the fringe. And then I'm going to show you how to even out the edges of your fringe. And that should help you have a much more professional looking poncho at the end of it. If you are an Etsy seller or own your own website and want to use this pattern for a project that you're going to sell, you definitely want your project looking really professional, especially because handmade competes a lot with the machine made and industrial made items. And so you want to make sure that when someone is buying a product that's handmade, it is actually looking as professional as the ones you get from the bigger corporations. One of the things I learned is that making sure your lines are clean is important. Making sure the finished product does not unravel as soon as someone washes it the first time is important. So let's make sure we do that. Two more. And then we got one last one. Good job. If you've gotten to this point with me, well done, well done. Now, of course, you can stop your poncho at this point. You don't have to make the neck portion longer or bigger or change it. You can leave it as is. But this is where we are right now. So in order to make your fringe even, to cut off the edges and to make sure they're aligned, what I normally do is I will lay them down just like that and make sure I have at least 3 or 4 at a time. Just make sure that is straight. And then you want to get your scissors and trim them at the edges to make sure that you're just removing a small piece of it to make sure these are even, right? Not too much that you reduce the whole fringe, so that's where you are. And then you kind of keep moving along the edge using your scissor to trim off just a little bit of the edge to make sure they're even. And this takes a bit of time, so take your time to do the trimming. And when you're done, you should have the edges even. So what I'm going to do is turn this around and show you what it drapes like when it's on someone's shoulders, okay? So hold on just a moment. Let me turn this around. All right, so this is what it looks like with the fringes on. What do you think? It really drapes nicely. So you don't have to add to the collar, so you can finish your project here. However, if you want to work on the neck portion with me, take a look at part 3, which is going to be in the description box below once I'm done. But I will be uploading the neck portion. We will be going to that next. Now you can wear it this way, or you can turn it around and wear it this way. Either way, it looks beautiful. Or off your shoulder to the edge, and it drapes nicely. So this is your breast cancer poncho. If you want to stop here, that is perfectly fine. But if you want to continue with me to the end, we're going to have the neck portion change a little bit to embellish it more, make it unique, right? All right, now if you've not yet hit that subscribe button, please do so right now so that you do not miss part 3. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao.